Well, I'm a little speechless after this episode. Yo, what's good? It's a boy Dude Reviews. If this episode didn't impress the fans on X after last week of complaining, then I don't quite know what MAPPA can do to impress them, because this episode looked pretty stellar. Gojo. What can I say? Gojo stole the episode for me. Earlier on today, there were a lot of leaks talking about Gojo, and I'm an anime only, but I couldn't even avoid those leaks. So I thought it was really ironic that the episode started off with all the main characters talking about Gojo, and Gojo is absolutely being a bloody menace towards Jugo, and as well as Hanami. This episode made me realize how much I love MAPPA's animation when it comes to the facial expressions. Just like AOT, I just love how extreme they push some of these expressions, and you can truly see that with Gojo trying to rip the branches from Hanami's eyes. This dude is just being a menace. He is just like, screw it, I'm just gonna do what I can do to take you guys down, and he's playing a little bit dirty. I mean, gosh, he has some of these Joker-like expressions when he's just glaring towards Hanami and Jugo. I said this once before and I'll say it again, when Gojo is fighting and putting his all into his battles, he looks really terrifying. I can't even tell if he's losing his mind or if this is the real Gojo. I mean, the dude is just smiling like a maniac while he's brutally taking down these cursed spirits. And some of the side eye he gives them, my gosh, you do not want to mess with this boy, man. You have a flashback of Jogo, Gato, and the others playing a little game, and while these guys are seen as the villains, I do like how the showrunners are trying to humanize these people, especially Jogo. I mean, we're seeing actual fear from him when he's just running away from Gojo like he's a zombie from The Walking Dead. I love it when shows do stuff like this, when they're actually showing you how a character is feeling instead of telling you. It was cool that we got a little interaction with Mahito and Gojo. I don't think they've ever interacted with one another, but both him and the sleepy eye guy just start massacring people. I mean, this might be the most bloody looking episode I've ever seen of JJK. There's just blood throughout this entire episode, and it's just non-stop. Mahito then starts speculating that's the only way for Gojo to get out of here in one piece is to use Infinite Void and to take down the cursed spirit users, but that would also lead to the deaths of some of the civilians, and Gojo is a kind boy and he would never do something like that. Well, Mahito was wrong there, and to him and to my surprise, he activates Infinite Void. At this point, I thought Gojo lost it. I thought he was like, I don't care if civilians die, I'll just do what I have to do to take down these cursed spirit users. If I have to play dirty, then it is what it is. But Gojo has another plan. The moment he activates Infinite Void, he starts sprinting like a maniac, looking like Sonic the Hedgehog on drugs, just speeding, slicing and dicing the cursed spirits. As much as I loved how beautifully animated the sequence was, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a character animation this fluid by MAPPA before. My only gripe with it was the exposition playing as the animation was happening. I kind of wish we had the exposition sometime before this awesome sequence. It was a little distracting reading the subtitles while also watching the fight, but I was quite confused at some of the lines the narrator was talking about. Apparently, half a year's worth of information flowed into the brains of the non-sorcerers, which made everyone unconscious while standing upright. I don't quite understand what that means, but Gato comes from the shadows and confronts Gojo. Now, this whole conversation confused me because I was expecting Gojo to be really chilled seeing Gato, because it's been about a year since the JJK Zero movie took place in this timeline. But what surprised me about this whole interaction was Gojo being surprised that Gato was standing right in front of him. Gato takes off his head to reveal what appears to be some sort of cursed spirit inside his brain. As long as the body is still intact, he can basically put his brain into a corpse body, which kind of confirms that Gato died during the Zero movie. I thought he survived and lived, but it looks like Yuta truly did take him down. Yeah, this entire reveal was pretty unexpected and rather shocking. Very shocking indeed. Was not expecting Gato to be deceased ever since the Zero movie, and I honestly feel really bad for Gojo, him thinking that his friend died then and there in the Zero movie, and him having that closure with him, but to find that his body is being used by a cursed spirit user. I guess that explains why Gato has been working with Mahito in season 1. But yeah, just really wild stuff here, mate. Overall, this episode was pretty damn amazing and really shocking at the same time. I'm loving these surprising twists and turns in the narrative, and with the mention of Yuta, I'm wondering if he's going to play a key part in this season. I'll give this episode a 9 out of 10 and I'll give it an A. It can't be a 10 out of 10 because I think there was just a bit too many exposition scenes, and I feel like the exposition scenes were placed in the wrong areas of the episode. Tell me, what did you think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Like for more? Keep it up, MAPPA, you're doing a phenomenal job. But as always, a boy dude review signing out.